Uh, Thanks for waiting, guys. Sorry about that. It was raining yesterday in Formula 5, but only in qualifying. Welcome everyone to this Formula 3 race in the USA. So, exciting lineup we have. I think Nick is on track to win the championship today. Can he do it? Well, we'll have to wait and see. And it looks like we will have progressively rainy race. We shall see who manages to capitalize on this. Quite interesting that we have a dry start for a change, and then it gets progressively worse as the race progresses. So let's see who can get that changeover point just right. We have Yarham already out. I shall update you with the standings in 1 minute. Alright, who's gone out? We have Nick, Poddy, RDO, Brown, everyone's out. Who's in a fast lap? Everyone's nicely on out laps. We'll have to wait for a second to see some actual laps being put in. And let's just get on board with Yarham as he's coming into, was that turn 4 or 5? Lost track. Right, and Yarham is just starting the first timed lap of this race, and nicely done through the chicane at the top of the hill, coming down. Sorry, no, the hairpin, not the chicane. It's coming down into this complex of corners. It's very difficult, this one, especially the third corner in. You're quite. You have to be quite brave and not brake too early, because if you do, that it'll just throw you into the gravel. And as we all know, Formula 1 cars are not meant to run in the gravel. That's the this is a bad camera. Alright, let's just get on board with him. Onto the second hairpin. Nicely done, but he didn't quite catch the apex. And onto this very fast corner. No, actually, sorry. I got a bit confused. Clipping the apex, nicely done. And this corner is very crucial to get. You want to get very close to that apex, and then sometimes you can get through that corner, which is quite fun, but it's also quite squirrely. The rear is quite likes to play up, and a 141. It's not a bad time, but oh, it got invalidated anyway. Let's see who else is on the time lap. Everyone is. Let's just try. Oh, Nick looks like he went a bit too wide there. Oh, and again. Oh, but he's going in. He's not putting in a time. Who is? We have Light E44. Haven't seen him around. So I'm assuming that he's new. Generally not good to assume things. Alright, let's see. I just want to have a quick look at the standings. I hadn't had the chance to do so before the race. Before qualifying started, actually. Anyone put in some nice... Ooh, Pody with a really fast lap on the super soft tire. Remember, it's in no likelihood the race will be dry at the beginning, so these laps stand, and whatever you as long as you're in top 10, yeah, so whatever tire they qualify on, the top 10 will have to start on that tire. And Poddy's just improved on his time. Oh, see, very nice and tidy from Poddy through this couple of corners. It's really tricky. You have to get in there, get in the corner just right. Oh, he's pitting, so he probably wasn't pushing at all. Who's doing what? Brown is in garage. Yarham has put in a really fast lap. He's only oh, those are some really nice close laps. We only have half a second separating the top 5. It's always nice to see. But Nick hasn't put in a time yet. And no, that wasn't a very smooth entrance by Courtois. He was well on the yellow stuff. All right, let's just come back to Nick in a bit. Let's see what other people are doing. AMS is on a quickish lap. Wow, he's faster than Poddy in the first sector. It looks like Poddy has at least a couple of tenths in hand there, especially in the first sector. Though it's really tricky to set up the car for this circuit because the first sector is so different to the other two that, you know, as you see there with Poddy, his car is probably happier in sectors 2 and 3 than sector 1, because if you have a look, everyone in top 5 is faster than him through that first sector. Pretty much everyone up to RDO have put in a faster time, and it's only his blisteringly fast second and third sector that's making him on pole. We're on board with Nick as Yarham has left the session. Nick will be starting his first time lap in a minute. He's only got the remainder of 8 odd minutes to put in his first lap. That was very nice and tidy exit from the last corner. Just slam on the power. The car on the left there. Oh, it's very nice that he got out of the way and doesn't quite use the whole track in the first chicane. Nice and tidy through this corner. 1 apex, 2. He was a bit it's a little bit unhappy with this sequence of corners, his car, but he's doing well so far. Clipping apexes, using up his disposal. The second hairpin wasn't quite brilliant, so we'll see where he comes out. His Poddy's on a flying lap as well. Let's see if we can flick. Did he just finish a lap? No, he hasn't. Nick is just about to finish his, and he is. Ooh, he's about 3/10 up on Poddy right now. Again, Poddy is coming back around, so we'll see how things stand come the end of. Yes, and Nick has put it on pole, but only just. And as I said, Poddy has definitely more than 1/10 in his up his sleeve. So let's see what he does. Nice and tidy through here, and taking the late tape. Oh, that was a very late apex. Didn't even happen, but this one is very nice and tidy. I can't hear any lift off at all. And wow, is he gonna be half a second faster? What? Oh, sorry, I misread that. But he's got. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Oh, that's not Poddy, that's Brown. Oh my god. Brown just pulled that lap out of thin air. He's almost he's 4/10 faster than both Poddy and Nick. So he's looking well. He's looking well on that. What's Poddy doing? Is he going for another one? Nah. Nick's pitting.
Conditions to remain dry for a while. We will update you if the outlook changes.
There's still a little bit to come from Brown. I'm not sure if he's gonna bother putting in another lap. And interesting discussion going on in the comments. Both Connor and RDO agree that it's people are probably running wet setups. Yeah, it makes sense that Brown would run a faster setup. I mean, he's not he's only 8th in the standings, so he's, you know, whether it works or not, it's not that consequential for him. Well, I just had a look at the standings, and unless my math is failing me, I can't see how Nick can run away with the title today. There's only 7 points separating him and Pody, and there's 3 laps. There's 3 races worth of. Yeah, there's 3 races to go, including this one. So even if he does win, even if Nick wins and Pody doesn't score any points today, then yeah, he's going to have to do it in either Brazil or Abu Dhabi. Not to say that he's not gonna try his best in this race either. Pody is very he's a very good driver. He's just wrapped up the title in Formula 5. He's now going to try to take this title as well. Let's see how it goes. Very tidy, much tidier than before, and it shows because he's 2 tenths up in his first sector. Let's see how he can what he can do in this second sector. Good exit. Now just a waiting time for this hairpin, which isn't quite a hairpin, but yeah, you guys got it. It's fine. How did he do? A bit slower in the second sector. Oh, he's undone everything he's got in the first sector in the second one. So I'm not sure if he's gonna try to he might try to go on this because he's gonna catch the finish line before the checkered flag, so he might go for another he might go for another lap, but he's not. He's given up. I think second is his time now. Alright, let's see. Pody is on a fast lap. Oh man. Alright. Brown, can he improve? It's annoying because I haven't seen I got the checkered flag and I no longer have any telemetry. I know that Pody was on a decent lap based on his first sector. Let's see if he can overtake Brown. And Nick as well, because Podi is currently third. So since I haven't seen the position change, I'm going to assume that no, Podi is still going. What is fifth? Who's jumped in between? Oh, and I think Podi did it. Did he? Yes, I think Podi overtook Brown. Ooh. And unless something's happened, I think it's gonna be Podi first, Brown second, Nick third. But we'll see, we'll see. Do I have another invite? Yes. Alright, we're just waiting for Flying From to retire, and then we can have a look, see who's done what this qualifying section. Come on, Flying From, buddy. And I think he's just retired. We might need to wait for a few seconds. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Ah, he's done it now. Alright, so let's run through the starting grid for tomorrow. Oh, what's happening? Podi, oh what? Alright, so we got Podi in first with a 36 dead. We got Brown in second, Nick in third, Pedrich in fourth, Ashley in fifth. Then we have Flying From, Light, Unomi, Kurtos, and Yarham finishing in the top 10th. And interestingly, only Unomi is on the softs. And then we have AMS in 11, Grumpy in 12, 13 goes to RDO, Mozama King, Igisimo's 14, 15, and Game Freaker is last. Alright, let's just... Alright, let's just retire from here. We'll come back in time for the formation lap. Alright, so let's run you through the order. So we have Podi in first place in his Red Bull, then we have Brown in the Toro Rosso, Nick in the Renault, Pedrich in the Williams, Ashley is in the Manor, Flying From in the Sahara Force India in 6, and then we have Light in the Haas, Unomi in the other Force India, Kurtos is in the Williams, Yarham is in the McLaren Honda, rounding up the top 10. Then we have AMS in the Red Bull, we have Grumpy in the other Red Bull, RDO is 13th in the first in the top Mercedes, Mozama King is in the Haas in 14th, Igisimo is 15th in the Manor, and Game Freaker is last in the Mercedes. we're just let's just have a look on board with Brown. All right, and we'll just have to wait here for a little while for everyone to be to form up onto the grid. I'm not sure if Poddy will be very happy, or Brown for that matter, for having come to the grid so so early. Their tires will be cooling down and cooling down as they're sat on the grid. I guess the you know, the redeeming factor is that both him and Brown are doing have done the same, so that their tires will be as cold as each other's, but Nick will have slightly warmer tires. I mean, obviously depending on what they've done during the formation lap. It looks like the gods of Formula 1 have given us a nice camera angle. 5 lights out and away we go onto this Formula 3 race in the USA. Let's see everyone in the top 3 have gotten very good. Oh, and Nick has hit the back of Poddy, and it's Brown in the lead with Poddy behind him, and Nick might have some front wing damage. Let's have a look. Let's go on board with and Ashley retired. Oh, let's go back. And Nick is all over Poddy. Is Poddy in trouble? And Brown is just flying into the distance. He's already got 8 tenths on Poddy, and he's only done one sector. Little lockup from Poddy there, and we have, who's that behind Nick? It's Light in the what is that? In the Haas that's coming fourth, and he's putting pressure on Nick, and Light is going for the inside, and he's got it. He's got the 3rd place from Nick. Nick will not be happy to see another car in between him and Poddy. Poddy is keeping he's keeping actually Brown in his sights, so he's 8 tenths of a second behind him, but he's not dropping back, so that's good for him. It looks like Light is really holding back Nick. Nick will really want to do something about this and get in front of Light as soon as possible, because he doesn't want Poddy to run away with this. Well, I mean to run away in the distance. Let's see. Are those the 2 Williams I'm seeing? No, there's the Williams, Renault, Williams. And again, if the race, it's a bit premature, but if the race were over now, then the Renaults would be outscoring the Williamses again, and this is very important in their championship fight. If I'm not wrong, the Williams is only 6-7 points behind Renault. Let's go back on board with Nick. Let's see what's happening. They're holding stations for now. That's a very nice view from the actually I have no clue where this camera angle would be on a real car, but this being a game, we can get whatever. It's probably just above the side pod. Oh, it's 9 points from Williams to Renault. But one wrong move from here will mean Renault loses the... Oh, and Light has gone around the outside. I mean, has gone wide. And can Nick capitalize on this? He's definitely very close. He's gonna have DRS in a minute, but he hasn't quite managed to take advantage of this. He hasn't managed to take advantage of Light running wide. Looks like AMS behind, just behind Nick is Pedrich and Curtois. Curtois? What's happened there? What's happened to AMS? Has he pitted? That's very strange. He hasn't pitted, did he? I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe I was saying things when I saw a Renault in 5th place, and Game Freaker has left the session. He's not having a very good race. Oh, and Nick runs wide, and this is a chance that Curtis isn't. No, that's not Curtis. That Pedrich doesn't let him leave that down. He's taking 4th place. And as things stand, ooh, this is looking very well, very good indeed for Poddy. He only needs to hold stations, but he's really attacking here. Let's go back and see these 3. Alright, so both Pedrich and Nick have DRS. They couldn't quite get close to the back of Light in the Haas. But the Williams guys will be happy here. One of their cars is outscoring Nick, and they have both cars running well into the points. We have Oogie Azim. And Connor is saying that Nick is quite slow. Let's just go a bit on board and see if we can spot any damage to his front wing. If there's any damage, it's only minor, because I can't see anything wrong with it, to be honest. I can't see any elements missing. It looks like he might have gotten away with it, but maybe he's maybe his setup is more towards rain than dry. Oh, Pedrich looks to be. Let's just go quickly back on to his. And Pedrich is going around the inside of Light, and he's. Can he keep it? And he's parked. Oh, ouch! Well, that was not quite sure what happened there for Light. But at least it doesn't look like he has much damage. When Yarham is putting in the fast slap. Yeah, no, it's. I don't think we'll know what's happened really until the end of the race. We'll see if Nick changes his front wing during the first round of pit stops. But let's see what his lap times are in comparison to his rival Poddy. So Poddy is in 140s. That's some very nice, very consistent laps, dropping off a little bit, but ooh, he's got 2 warnings in his 3rd lap. That's not very Nick-y. Wow! Light has warnings out the wazoo. He's got 3 seconds. Okay. So Poddy no warnings. Nick has a couple. He'll have to be careful not to not to get any penalties, because everyone's gonna be all over him. Alright, let's just, whilst we have a bit of quiet at the front, we'll run you through the standings. Yes, through the order. We have Brown in his Toro Rosso leading the way. Poddy is second in the Red Bull. Pedrich in the Williams is third. Nick in the Renault is fourth. Light, after that shunt with Pedrich, is fifth. He's done well not to lose more places, to be honest. Curtis is in sixth. Unomi is in seventh. RDO, woo! Damn, man. RDO has done very well. And he's attacking here. Come on. Who's that? RDO is in 8th, having started 13th, if I'm not wrong. So he's had a good few starting laps, and he's on the softs, so he'll go a bit further. It'll be interesting to see whether he can take the softs onto where he's going to put the intermediates. And it looks like we have the first pit. We have Curtis in the Williams pitting. What's he putting on? He's on to another set of super softs. So he seems to think that probably not more than 8 laps time is going to be time for intermediates. Let's see. Oh, but this messed up our it's messed up our running through the grid. What to do? Is that a little bit of rain I can see? I think either I'm hallucinating. What's that? 28, 4, 7? No, it's probably gonna be another 2, 3, 4 laps until we start seeing the first specks of rain. But let's just go on board with no, yes, that's rain. And what's his name? Curtis will not be happy with having pitted just actually the lap it started to rain. But let's see who well, I mean, oh, it looks like Brown's losing a bit of traction there. He was going a bit wide. Let's see if Nick tries anything. Oh, he's gone ahead of Pedrich. That's very well done for him. We missed that, but ooh, it's a very sexy helmet, going very well with that with the black insert in the yellow of the red now. Nice choice, nice choice. Alright, Pedrich will be looking to get back at Nick. And whilst Nick is going quite wide, let's see who... Has anyone put the intermediates yet? Light has. So Light's mixing it up. Let's see what his time will be. So he's not put any sectors on the intermediate, so we'll have to wait for a little while longer. 28.2. Let's see what the others have done. 28.1, 28.3, and 27.6. Woo! Brown is flying. Alright. So it looks like Nick is easing away from Pedrich, who's got Unomi for company. And RDO is in 6th. And if he manages to pit now, will he... well, I mean, if he manages to pit at the right time... I don't understand why Grumpy went for the medium tire. There's no point, it's gonna rain anyway. So it looks like our leaders haven't come in for a change of tires. So maybe they feel that the track is not wet enough yet. Let's see what Light is doing, because he was fairly fast. He's losing time. Oh, there's people jumping. Pedrich. Ooh, Pedrich has taken a chance on the intermediate before Nick. And the guys, you know Miardio and Simo. They've done very nicely to start on the soft tires. Poddy is still 3 seconds behind Brown. He's got another 5 seconds back to Nick. Let's see who blinks first. What's Brown doing? I think Poddy might try to mix it up a little bit here. He'll try to either go for the undercut or the overcut. Doesn't really make sense to do the same as Brown, but we'll see. We'll see. So we have Brown. Ooh, went wide, and now he's coming in. Yes. And Paul, he's trying to ooh. What's Nick done? What? What's happened to him? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. This is not a good race for Nick. It's quite a mare right now. Let's see. Good stop. Good stop. Yeah, he's having a nightmare here, isn't he? And everyone in front of Nick, yeah, everyone has pitted already. So he's got Curtois, who's not going to give him a good if he has damage from the wall, he'll have to pit again, says Oogie. I'm not sure which wall. Did he touch the wall on the... When? On the entrance to the pits. He'll have changed the front wing, won't he? Let's go. Board. Damage. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think he's gonna pit again. But he's I'm gonna say he's most likely going to lose the lead of the championship here. Austin has not been very kind to Nick this race. But let's see what's happening at the front. Poddy is still... Ooh, he's falling back. You know how we were wondering whether Brown has gone for a dry weather setup? Well, it looks like he's doing even better than Poddy in the wet. So whatever dry weather wet setup he has, it's working very well for him. And Poddy is falling into the clutches of Pedrich. We'll be happy. He's done what's happening to Poddy? He's going very slow. It's disaster striking for both Poddy and Nick on the same track. So Nick hasn't pitted again, so I don't think there's any damage on his car. Maybe from that and Brown is flying. Brown is just lighting it up. We only have one DNF so far, which is Ashley. He didn't even start, looks like. It's a waste. But 211. Oh, and Mozama King has retired. Let's see if we can find him very quickly. No, he's gone. What's happened? He did retire just incidents. Oh, terminal damage. Looks like he made a mistake just before his just before he retired. Ah, and he's brought out the virtual safety car. You know how they say, while the cat's away. Let's see who's... Ardio will be very pleased with himself. He's already up something like 9 positions. He's doing Mercedes proud. AMS is the top running Renault in 5th. He's done fine as well, because he was 13th at some point or something. Looks like on this race 13 is lucky for some. You know me is running steady in 6th. Grumpy is in 7th. You know, I think he might have even gone better if he started on the softs rather than on the mediums. I think he overestimated how long we'll be running in the and the virtual safety car is fast finished. I don't like that I don't get any sort of warning, but alas, such are the rules. I'm not sure what your opinion is, but I quite prefer this this kind of camera angle where I can control it myself and I can see it much better than oh, I really like this one. I mean, I'm not gonna complain when I get this camera angle. It's really... What happened to Brown? What happened to Brown? I don't know. Have I missed something? Oh yeah, he's lost a couple of seconds, so he might have run wide somewhere. That's very keen eye. Oogie. Let's see what the warnings look like. Brown has a couple of warnings, no penalties. So does Poddy. And it's Game Freaker retires. Pedrich has a penalty. RDO has one as well. And so does AMS. Looks like it's quite wow. Grumpy has... Oh! Let's just go... We'll just stay with Nick for a while, because it looks like he's making inwards. Nick will gain some positions if he gets no penalties like Irun. Yeah. That's a fair observation. We'll have to see if Nick can keep it tidy, because he hasn't... he had a few penalties. No, he just had a couple of warnings in that third lap. Ooh, Game Freaker is upset. Let's see what his take is. Apparently he had a glitch that took him out of contention. Oh, and Pedric is all over the back of Podi. Can he overtake him? It was very fortunate that we got back onto Podi just as this battle was happening. Oh, he's running very close indeed. I bet he wishes he had DRS here. This is very nice. They're running quite close to each other, so it's I'm glad to see that the cars can do that. He's only 0.4 of a second behind. Alright, let's see what he can do in the slipstream on this straight. Looks like he's holding positions for now. And it's a lonely podium because RDO is some and Pedric has just overtaken Podi. Very nicely done. I really dislike this camera angle because it'll just randomly take you away from the action. So, where is Nick? Nick is in 9th. Hasn't made any moves since we last left him. And Podi is looking very racy as well. He wants to get back that second place from Pedric. That Williams looks really strange without the end cover on the engine. I mean, people complain about the shark fins this year, but I'd say that the rear of that Williams is much uglier than any car this year we have. I mean, just look at that. Alright. No, it doesn't look like Podi has a response. He'll take advantage of any mistake that Pedric might make. But there's none to talk about and Podi is just falling behind. Alright, let's just go quickly back to Nick. Oh, and we've caught him just as he's catching up on Curtis and on Grumpy. So, where are we standing now? So right now, Podi gets 10 points and Nick gets only 2. So that means that Podi will be ahead by 1 point. So right now, Pody is ahead by 1 point in the championship, but Nick isn't giving up. He's gonna try to go roundabouts and get a good exit. It's very important on this straight, but I think when he put the tires onto the curbs a little bit, he's lost a bit of momentum. But let's see if he can outbrake Courtois. And remember, this is not gonna be there's no love lost between these two. They both want that constructor's crown, and Nick definitely wants both the constructors and the drivers. So he'll do all he can. It's damage limitation for Nick right now, because he definitely doesn't want to lose any more points. They're said no, they're not. Wow, and no. Yes, Courtois went into the pits. I guess he didn't want to fight with Nick and lose much more time. But will we start seeing another round of pit stops, I wonder? To be honest, I have no clue how long these intermediates will last. If anyone's happy to let me know. Or maybe is the rain getting... I can't see the spray getting worse. Even though I think the forecast was for heavy weather towards the end of the race. And we are getting into the final third. So let's see. Pod is still in third, with Pedrich in second and Brown in a commanding first. RDO is in fourth. AMS in fifth. Oh, that was a very blatant corner cutting AMS. Whew. Let's see what not HCMO. Penalty warnings. Not that bad. Unomi is hunting down AMS. He's been behind him for a while now, so let's see what he can do. Grumpy is defending from Nick. So if Nick can get by if he can get by Grumpy and Unomi, I can't imagine AMS will hold him back. So Nick could finish fifth if he carries on. Unomi is hunting down AMS. He's only what's that? Let's do some rough calculations. He's only less than a second behind. Who's that? There was a Williams there ghosting. No, Pedrich. Who's the other? Is Courtois? Courtois is in a battle with Yarham. Ooh, let's see a bit of... Wow, these guys are really going for it here. And Yarham will be trying around the inside and then try to swing back. Ali K is asking how come Nick is so far down, and with Yarham has just overtaken Courtois for the final points position. Sorry. Yeah, Nick has had quite a bit of a mare. He had a bit of a collision with Pody, turn 1, lap 1, and then yeah, as Ugi says, he had a really bad entry into the pit. It looked like he... No, there was no drive-through. It looked like he was... he decided very, very late to come in. And he lost a couple of positions. Alright, and Nick is ready to take on Grumpy. He'll try to go a bit wide and keep on some momentum. He's been behind him for a couple of laps now, so he definitely wants to get going. But the rain is getting much heavier. Yeah, and we have Curtis already onto the wets as well as Light. It's such a pity for Light. He was running really well before he crashed into the side of Pedrich, who is currently second. And he's doing well. Alright. Yeah, Ali, it's very, very unfortunate what happened to Nick, but it looked like he wasn't quite comfortable in the qualifying either, and then he wasn't as fast as Pody and Brown. So even though he had a bit of misfortune, I don't think he had the pace to win this race anyway. But he'll have to make something to pull something out of the bag. So maybe, yeah, maybe it's possible. As it stands, Nick and Pody would be on equal points, but Nick has more race wins, so he'll be in front. And the rain is definitely very heavy now, so let's see who blinks first. As Brown is approaching the end of the lap, let's see if he pits. Is it time? I think if you're gonna do a pit, now is about time, because then you're gonna start being tempted to finish the race on the intermediate. I'm not sure if that's even possible. Has anyone from the front group pitted yet? No, it's just Curtis and Light. And Light is not even the race anymore. He's doing so. Oh yes, okay. So Light's Haas is the car that was AFK, and I thought it was a Williams. All right, so top three going around again. Nick is still trying to get in front of Grumpy. Six stops for Light. I'm not sure what you mean by 6 stops for Light, Oogie. Oh yeah, yes, yes. The AI in this game is just brilliant. I think that Adio set the AI to very easy. In some leagues, they even set it to hard. Alright, let's see what's happening at the front. Brown is holding station. Pody is running very slowly. I think Pody might pit soon because he's losing a lot of time. Nick is probably getting really frustrated right now, getting held back by Grumpy. So Could you say that Nick is quite grumpy because of Grumpy right now? Eh? No? Okay. Bad jokes, bad jokes. It's fine. Don't know what to tell you, lads. Oh, that was a bit of a mistake there by Grumpy. So Nick will be all over him. Yeah. And he hasn't pitted. I think people are looking to take it to the end. Who was it? Just Curtois. How's he doing on those? What's his head of few? 159, 2 minutes. Let's compare them to Nick, who's doing. Oh, 155 is definitely not time for West. Definitely. Oh, and Nick is very close to the back of Grumpy. Oh, wheel to wheel. Can he do it? Can he do it? They're side by side. And Nick is going around the inside. And he's... he's all over him. He's all over him. But with this sequence of corners just snaking around, it's very difficult because... yeah, you're right. That's a very good point. Grumpy is probably trying to keep on points for Pody. But I think he's done into this corner. Nick will jump around the... No? Let's have a look at the penalties. Grumpy has 1, 2, 3 penalties, whereas Nick has 1. Yeah, Nick does seem to be struggling. If he can't really find his way around Grumpy. Oh, and Nick is very close again. Let's just get on board because this is annoying. Ouch! Oof. That was... However healthy Nick's bumper was before, it's not... That has not done it any favors. Ooh. This is a nice... Ooh. That was a mistake by Grumpy. This is a very nice angle looking back at Nick. Hey, Nick! Oh, I think he's gonna try it into turn 1. He's going around the inside. Oh, has he done it? Whoa, that was very close. Out! That scared me, but Nick has made the move done. Alright, let's just put broadcast. Alright, alright. And Grumpy is not giving up. Alright, let's see where You Know Me is. Whoa. 20 seconds down the road. And Nick is immediately making a little bit of a gap. So he'll be happy with that, but I don't see him making up 20 seconds in 5 laps. But I myself. Alright, let's see. Grumpy, Brown, we haven't spoken much about him. I mean, besides that overtake in turn 1, he's just been chugging the laps flawlessly. I think he did make a mistake somewhere in the middle of the race, but it only cost him a couple of seconds, and he had enough of a buffer to Poddy, who's now 3rd. RDO is running in 4th. AMS is 5th, and he's still hunted down by You Know Me, and that's Force India. Nick is in 7th, which means that he now has, yeah, he's got 1 point, so his lead will be reduced to 1 point. I think that this You Know Me AMS battle is the closest. Yeah, Curtis has had to go back onto the intermediates. He jumped the gun a little bit there. Indeed, 1 point difference going into the last 2 races. We have a fight on our hands, boys. Has AMS done what needed to be done? And it looks like he's making a bit of a buffer to You Know Me, but that's a bit disappointing for us because we don't really get a race. All right, let's stay with Brown a little bit, you know, just give him a bit of airtime, you know. The sponsors will be angry at us if we don't. How good looking is that airbrushed bull on the engine cover? Gets my thumbs up. Let's see if we can find ourselves a little fight anywhere. Anyone? No? Someone wants the tire data. I'm not sure what that means, mate. If you want something specific, I'm happy to give it to you, but yeah, I'm on the wets. Interesting. How much of a buffer does he have to Curtis? He doesn't have a buffer to Curtis. Has Yarham put on the wets at the right time? It looks like his times are dropping off. Yes. We have 2 minutes. 158, 156. Curtis, he's had the wets for a bit, but he's still faster than Yarham, but his times are dropping off. Ooh. But to be honest, regardless of how slow the intermediates are, I can't see anyone else putting the putting the wets right now. Ooh, and Yunomi is back onto the gearbox of AMS. Yes, boys, that's what we want. Come on. Was that a little mistake by AMS? Just a little bit. I just want to see what's Yarham doing? Where is he? In relation to Curtois? Ah, he's overtaken him. No, actually, sorry, I'm getting confused. Okay, so we got Yarham, and then Ijsimo is very, very much in front. Alright, and Yunomi is trying. He's having a look. He's having a look. He's got 2 more laps to do it. He's patient. Will he have a look into this braking zone? Try to run down the inside. And AMS is a bit wide. It's a bit wide, but not quite wide enough to give Yunomi a chance to overtake. And let's just jump on board with Brown to catch his last lap. We'll see there at the end what happened with Yunomi and AMS. We have just the last couple of laps for Brown. A couple of corners, I mean. And he's into the last corner and onto the final straight. And Brown has won this Formula 3 race in the US, in Texas. Well done to him. He's had a brilliant qualifying. He was overtaken there briefly by Pody, but he's done well to overtake in the first corner. And Pedric comes to take second after taking advantage of the misfortunes with Pody and Nick. Pody, who came in third, and RDO, that was a brilliant. I'd say he's probably my driver of the day. He started in 5th, in 13th, and ended up 4th. Then 5th was AMS, if I'm not wrong. Then 6th was Yunomi, and Nick has managed to do a bit of damage limitation. He's come in 7th, which means that he'll only be he'll still be ahead, crucially, but he'll only be 1 point ahead. Grumpy tried to keep Nick behind him, but couldn't quite do it, and he lost another he lost another position because of penalties. Yarham is coming in 10th. That was a interesting tentative of going onto the wet tires, but in the end I don't think it's done any difference to him. Um, who's behind Yarham? I think it's Curtois, who's had that experiment onto the. Alright, so before we get kicked out, Brown, well done to him in first. Second, it's Pedrich. Podi is in third. RDO is in fourth. AMS fifth. Unomi is in sixth. Nick in seventh. He won't be happy with that, but it could have been worse. Simo is in eighth. Grumpy is in ninth after the penalties. Curtois is in 10th. And Yarham with penalties, I imagine. Wow, a lot of penalties. Is 11. And for some reason, Ash has joined this. Hey Ash, sorry, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave because I'll just do the podium interviews
Yeah.
with the top three for F3.
Wait. So yeah, I'll just stay here then.
Okay, up to you. All right, I'll just fun thing. I don't think I'm friends with any of the. No, wait. That's Formula 6. Sorry, you're getting leagues confused. I haven't. I'm doing Formula 3 right now, buddy. Bye bye. All right, that was interesting. All right, we're just waiting for Hello, RDO. Well done on your very nice comeback from. Was it 13th that you started?
I have no idea.
I think you did. That was.
It was an odd number, yeah.
Yeah, it was very well done. Can I ask you to invite Pedrich, Brown, and Poddy because I still don't have them in my friends list. I anyways wanted to talk to you because you've done very well this race. I said it before you joined. I'm gonna pick you as my driver of the day. And Brown as well. Brown has done well for himself.
Did you say Powdy?
Poddy, yeah, and
Yeah,
Pedrich
okay.
and Brown.
Yeah. Oh, my hands.
Long race.
Yeah, long race. And I'm so slow there. Like, in the time trial, I'm like 2 seconds off the pace. My best is like a 1:37.8. And these men are all there with 1:35.5s.
Well, you did the hello. Who is this? Poddy. Well done. I'm doing very well. I've just sent you a friend request so that maybe next time I can invite you directly.
Yep.
Well done for third. I think you started first, but I think you'll be happy with clawing back 6 points to Nick, won't you? I think just of some mental maths, you're 1 point behind him now.
Yeah, I was happy enough with the race. To be honest, I was surprised because I've ran my wet setup. I was surprised how quick I went. Although I left my front wing lower, I raised up my rear wing, and I'm surprised at how quick I was in the dry. And Brown just got a good move on me in the first corner. I ran away pretty clean after that. Pedro got past me through the windy section in sector 2 as well. When I was on inters, that dropped me to third, but I just went a little wide and he got down the inside and pretty much had to let him go, but I kind of knew he was going to pass me anyway because he was flying behind me, so I didn't really want to get into a battle with him. I didn't really know where Nick was. My real priority was just to outscore him in the end.
Yeah, Nick had a bit of a mare this race. He was running 12th on merit, and so he had to make up some places there, which he did. He ended up in 7th, but
Yeah, he finished well in the end, yeah. Yeah, I was praying for the rain when it came. We were lucky it rained when it did. Because it was right, I had to go in that lap, like for inters, no matter what. Like it was, my tires were so bad they were going to pop if I did another one. We got lucky there, sure, because I went to 3 supers gambling on a dry race, and when it was, I would have otherwise I would have started on softs, but I didn't have them, so I thought I was going to have to do super soft to the rain. So I was really happy when after about 5 laps he said it was going to rain in 5 minutes. So I knew then we could hopefully hang on the first set, and pace wasn't too bad, so I was happy enough in the end with third, I have to say.
yeah, no, there were a couple of people. I think Curtis maybe had to pit for another set of super softs just a couple of laps before the intermediates, which was quite disappointing for him, I imagine. But
Yeah, it was Jeff told me on the radio that it was going to rain we expect rain within 5 minutes, and that
mhm.
was pretty early in the race, so I was pretty set then because I knew I could do 8 or 9 laps on the super soft, so I was set then that I was just going to try and hold on with them, and I was really happy it rained when it did because I needed it to pit then, like for and wet enough. Then I had to come out in inters anyway and try and hold on for the rain, so we got a bit of luck there, and it was just didn't really get to wets in the end. It was really bad, but it was drivable. The first sector was really tough. But
Yeah,
other than that, the track was very drivable in the inter, so I thought it was worth holding on. You know, plus I didn't really know where Nick was, like, so I didn't want to take the chance on pitting for wets, and then you'd be nowhere on wets if they didn't work.
yeah,
It was
So
sort of
that was the
the
reason I
time sort
stayed
of
out.
crossed over the last lap. Started becoming quicker, I think, by the
yeah,
times that I was doing anyway.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
it
I thought
was.
it would be pretty close. Yeah, yeah. I could see RDO behind me. I was judging off his. I could see the gap was closing in. And if he'd have pitted for wets, I would have probably pitted for wets. But I was just trying to keep the gap to him because I was thinking even if I finished third, because I knew I had no penalties at the time. So I said if I can just stay in front of RDO, I was thinking the best Nick could be then is behind him because I couldn't see on it doesn't only tells you who the driver behind you was and in front.
Mhm.
And Pedrick was just too quick. I mean, I couldn't hold him back.
Yeah, no, I think the time for wets was just a couple of laps before the
Yeah,
end of
it
the
was
race.
getting there right at the end. Yeah, last lap it was really
Yeah.
getting there, but it was worth holding on because I think you would have lost too much if you pitted for, you know.
So yeah, the gap's 1 point between first and second there in the championship.
Exciting last races.
Yeah, he's surely going to go to the last race now, I'd say. We hope
Unless
anyway.
unless you
I
DNF.
think even
Yeah, that's the only way now. If I DNF and Nick wins, I think it's done. But
Yeah,
I'll
apart
hope.
from that, it's going to the end.
Yeah, I've been consistent all year with finishing anyway, so I'd hope to do the same in Brazil. But if it rains in Brazil, it's treacherous, you know.
Horrible.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you're 90% on the throttle there and more on the long straight and pretty much everywhere. So hard to go full power, like. So that'll be interesting if it rains there. It could really shake it up again, you know.
did you miss out a couple of races on this in this league? The first couple of races.
Yeah, Bahrain and Australia. I was in then.
Oh, that's very nice recovery.
Yeah, well, at that stage, though, in fairness, Nick was either winning or DNFing at the in the first 5 or 6 races. So that kind
Getting
of,
in the
that kind of
first
evened it
three.
out, I think, in the end. And my first 3 races, I got 3 second places, so that really, got me off to a good start.
Yeah.
I raced there today, like I didn't have a chance. I think the rain really gave me and that I got a good qualifying, gave me a good chance to go on and When Brown pulled away, I was pretty much just trying to tow behind him because I knew he was quick. I thought if I could stay with him, I knew he'd keep me going, you know.
Yeah.
I was just about staying in his DRS at times, but I wasn't even getting close enough to have a go at overtaking, going a bit faster. Which was great.
All right. I think are Brown and what's his name? Oh, they're not joining. I've just invited
He
Nick
doesn't.
to have a chat with him.
William.
Hello, Nick.
Well,
Hey, how was that race for you?
oh, fucking a nightmare.
Fantastic. It was. It looked like
No,
you had a brilliant time, especially when you were driving about with Grumpy there.
yeah, no, it was good fun battling with Grumpy to be fair, but no, just too many incidents this race. Just too many incidents really. I lost my
Pitbulls.
wing in the first stint. Had to go for a wing change. Went into the pits when it was time to change printers, but I missed my braking point, so I shot by the pits. Had to do a 3 point turn back into the pits, and then I was out for a few more laps again on inters, and then I lost my wing again, part of my wing anyway. And then from then on in, it was basically battling with Grumpy for about, I don't know, it felt like it forever, but I probably was battling with him for about 10 laps, and then managed to get by him. Third, because I knew if he finished in third, I'd still take the lead.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yes, I'm still
it's a
leading
bit
by 1
secretive.
point, and I think the Constructors is 6 points or something, so it's looking very tight anyway.
Yeah. Both the championships are very close. Last two races very exciting. And whilst you were talking, Pedrich has joined. Welcome. Welcome and well done. Those were some very fast laps towards the end of the race. You had did you enjoy the wet more than the dry?
Well, the start of the race was a little bit shaky. I had Ashley on the first corner hitting me. I think I had give him enough space, so I lost so many time for Nick and Poddy. I go to the grass and try to control my car, avoiding the barriers. So after that, I was just trying to keep the pace with Nick. I had the full wet setup. I also think Nick had the full wet setup, so we were a bit slow in the dry.
Hmm.
But the gap to the Brown was 5 seconds, so I know the Brown is probably the best driver in the wet conditions in our league. I'm the second best in wet conditions. So I think um, staying within the gap from 5 seconds to Brown, I just tried to wait for the rain, and I made a smart move because after the rain hits the track, I stopped at uh, one lap first than Pody and Brown. So I win a lot of time to Pody. I think I win 3 seconds to Pody in the pit lane. So after that was just pressuring Pody. I know he was a little bit slower than me in the wet. So after that, I made an excellent move on him. So after that, was just controlling Pody. I know I had 6 seconds penalties, so I just was controlling the gap. I finished it with 8 seconds to Pody, so it's a good race, I guess.
Yeah. Well done. That
Yeah,
was a
very
very
good.
nice overtake in the first sector there.
Yeah, the first sector was the best sector for me at this track. I was very fast. I was winning always time to Pody and Brown in the first sector, but I always lose to second in the third sector. So my best chance to get an opportunity to overtake Pody was in the first sector, and I made it.
Yeah, it was a very good move, Pedrick. Yeah, I just went a little bit wide. I seen you come in, then you got beside me. I had to give you the room. Yeah, it was a sweet overtake. But you were catching me so quick at that stage anyway. I knew you were going to get me eventually.
Yeah. Well, Williams win 3 points to Renault, I guess, at the constructors, and I think these guys are forgetting me a bit of the champions battle, but it's okay.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we know you're there,
You're on the
Pedrick. Don't
battle.
worry.
You're on the battle.
No, I was just having a
These
look at.
guys, these guys are forgetting that I'm the only driver will mix things between them, and I can give the championship to Podi or to Nick. It depends a lot on me as well.
Yeah, we'll see. We have 2 more
Still win
races.
it too, Pedrick. You can still win it, Pedrick. You're not. You're
Yeah, you're
Ah,
still in the
I know,
fight.
but I want. I just want to stay in front of you or and try to fuck you guys.
Fuck's sake. Well, Pedrick, you're
Nah, it will
17
be
points
funny.
behind me, so if you can pull something out the bag, you've still got a good chance.
I don't know how many points I am between Nick and
17
me. I
points.
don't know. 17? No, it's a
17.
lot.
17.
It's a lot.
17.
Maybe I will have to wipe out Nick at Brazil.
Come on,
No,
now.
I think you're even closer now. You're probably
No.
Oh yeah,
it's 17
16,
points.
16
Yeah,
points
yeah.
behind Podi. Yeah, 17 behind Nick. So
Now,
all,
my objective is podi. I think winning it's impossible, but I think I can get second place.
well, from now on, you only need 1 more point to get the championship. Well, actually, you'll need to get more than Nick. Anyway,
But
yeah.
all things are possible still. 2 races to go. There's a lot of points to fight for.
Yeah, it's 32 points maximum to be gained for any one driver, and there's I think mathematically.
Anyone can tell me where my teammate have finished, please? I don't know where Courtois finished.
You finished
Le-
10th, mate.
Did he take
Finish
10th?
Yeah, he took 10th, aye.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
got 10, yeah.
Oh, he still got a point. Nice.
Yeah, he was
I think he pitted for the wets. He pitted for the wets quite early.
Yeah, he also
Yeah.
did a second as a second pit for super softs, and then he did the wets when it was nowhere near time for wets. So I think he messed up his strategy there, but yeah, I think the pace was there.
Yeah. Brown was too quick. Brown it's good at the wet. He's very good.
Yeah, he's got great pace in the wet brown, yeah.
But Pod, it's your fault you win because you let him go in the dry. I hoping you stay in the DRS zone to keep pressuring, but you just can't keep the pace. I have
No, I
faith in you,
couldn't get
man.
close enough. I couldn't get close enough to overtake him. He was just too quick down the straights. Even with DRS, he was just too far. I was just the only thing that was keeping me with Brown was DRS, really.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry to disappoint, Pedrick, but I did my best.
Yeah. My strategy was just about you, Poddy. If you keep going with the Brown, I will catch you guys by the end of the race. But I just caught you.
Yeah, good job, Pedrick.
All right. I
Well,
think
pretty
we'll end it there. Good job, everyone.
Yes.
And
Cheers, Flav. Well done, lads. Great race.
You in Brazil?
Yeah, good race.
yeah, so sorry to make you wait a bit at the beginning there. It was quite. I got in by the width of a hair, but I'll see you guys next week. Brazil.
It's okay.
Flav. Thanks for commentating.
These guys wait for me, so they are used to it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, cheers.